Hello, hello! On today's show, I'm going to talk about what the near future may look like in multiple movies I talk about today. We'll find out how unprepared Mike is today. And Pat follows up with that with Hold My Beer. Welcome to your favorite live streaming, whatnotting podcast, Comics and Collectibles in the Crawl Space by Excel Comics. I am one of your favorite podcast hosts, hopefully Kevin, and hopefully the other two that are your favorites are also in the room. First up is Patrick.
Fingers crossed. Good morning.
So hopefully, yeah, you are here. Hopefully, yeah, and hopefully Mike's here.
I am at least prepared in that aspect. I'm here.
Nice. The way I structured that sentence, that's what was crossing my mind as I was saying it. Kind of a Naked Gun airplane kind of thing, where I was saying the sentence wrong, so I was saying that, essentially, hopefully we're your favorite guest, but the way I said it, it was basically, hopefully they're here. You try, okay, forget that. Anyway, welcome guys. Good morning. And then of course you can tell because the background is the only part that's going off without a hitch so far is Karen's here. Hello, Karen. How you guys doing this morning?
Good. Karen's doing great.
Karen is she's in a happy, funny mood this morning. How about you guys? You guys too?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Pat, I didn't know you started drinking beer.
No,
Is that what's going on here?
No, not unless the show goes horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, that'll be your start. Okay. Mike, you're just too funny with your teases because I know you're super uber prepared. You're never unprepared.
Hey, maybe under prepared. Maybe that's
underprepared.
Under. Yeah, there we go.
I totally resemble that adjective. That's for sure. So, all right, we can get right into this unless you guys got something else you want to discuss real quick. I actually have a couple things I'd like to discuss. Wait, is this cheating? Can I discuss things before my segment starts that are technically about my segment so it doesn't count in my gong time for my segment?
Wow. I think Karen voted no, but I'm fine. if it kind of builds up or it's a preface, preface. Is it a preface or a preface? Those pages.
I always thought it was a preface. What say you, Pat?
I would pronounce it preface.
Huh. I knew preface existed, but in a book, every time I open up a book, it's like, preface.
Probably when you used it in a sentence, though, you used it the right way, though, because you wouldn't say, let me preface this by saying, probably when you used it out loud to yourself.
Are you sure about that?
You'd say, let me preface that by saying. You just didn't connect those two things when you're reading the book. Yeah. So.
Huh. Oh, look at that. What a great day. I've already learned something new.
Nice. All right, here we go. Let's learn something else new, and I'm going to teach it. All right, cool. Let me start off by saying this real quick. Has to be quick so I don't get yelled at. Are you guys familiar with the old school? I know you are. This is rhetorical because I know the answer. Is that right? Anyway, redundant because I know the answer. You know, Bionic Man. I mean, Bionic Woman and the $6 Million Man, right?
Yes.
Huh.
You know, they had a TV. What are you hunting, Mike? I haven't even said anything yet.
Oh no, I was doing the dictionary sounding of the word.
You were verifying what we already discussed.
Yeah.
That's totally a thing now, too. You know, not only do you not rely on just discussions with other people to find evidence as much, you know, I should say as much as the world doesn't do it as much as it used to because the internet didn't exist. Everybody goes straight to the internet.
Yeah.
But also now to double down, whenever there is just a worldly discussion that does not include the internet, afterwards, if anybody has any doubt or questions, they always go to the evidence.
Yeah.
They always go to the internet to validate or prove it wrong. Ayla does that every single time I say anything now. She's like, well, and she looks at them and she goes, well, you're right. Or she shows me her phone how wrong I am. You know, one or the other.
Growing up, we were just as stupid as the kid down the street that told us the story. It's like, I didn't know that.
I can't remember the comedian's name, but he's got a whole segment on that, and it's so funny. Anyway, okay, so I'm reclaiming my time. My time's starting right now, Karen. Reboot. Okay. So anyway, the Bionic Woman, $6 Million Man had a TV movie. Okay. Do you remember that movie?
No,
I don't remember specifics about it, but I remember it
Existing. Okay.
crossover. Yeah.
Well, it's really cool because it was an epic crossover of two great shows that we love so much, right? And they made a TV movie about it, right? Just say it's true, okay?
Yeah.
And it was about the gist of the movie was there was the third bionic individual, okay? You probably don't remember that, do you?
no.
Exactly. No, it wasn't a dog.
Oh, okay. That was
another person. And this person was an assassin. So basically the movie was about the $6 Million Man and the Bionic Woman stopping this bionic assassin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anybody, since you guys don't even remember the bionic assassin, you don't remember the movie so well, this is going to be a redundant question too, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Who was the actress that played the bionic assassin?
Chuck Norris. May you rest in peace.
No, that was a good input to this. Yeah, rest in peace, Chuck Norris. But no, you're wrong. Do you have a guess, Pat?
Michael J. Fox.
Nice. I like that guess. You guys ready to get blown away?
Yeah.
Sandra Bullock.
Really?
Yes.
No.
Yes. Go ahead. I don't care. Go ahead and Google it right now. Go ahead and Google it if you want.
I believe you. I just want to see what she looked like.
She looks like a little kid. That's what she looks like.
Yeah, I was going to say how old was she? Like 16 or something?
No, she was
Younger than
an adult, but she looks really. She was like 18 or 19.
What?
Yeah. I know. You guys are. I love this, Karen. This time of their shock and amazement does not count. Okay.
Okay. Huh.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly what happened that put this on my radar, but I was like, as soon as I saw it too, I was like, what? That's insane. If you would have asked me prior to me finding this out myself, and this may be the same for you guys, I wouldn't even have guessed Sandra Bullock was alive yet.
Well, I figured she was our age.
Oh, so she would have been like a little kid. Yeah.
She would have been, like, when did that come out? Probably like 78.
I think it was 80, actually. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Huh. That's crazy.
Awesome. Pat, do you agree it's crazy?
Yeah, I'm trying to reconcile my timelines here.
Wait a minute.
Did movie come out like a lot later than the TV shows or something?
Bionic Showdown, The $6 Million Man and the Bionic Woman, 1989.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay. That's starting to track more then.
Yeah, so she would have been, that's why she would have been like 19 or 18, because I think she's our age.
Our age.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
That makes more sense.
That does make more sense, but still amazing.
Oh, jeez. All right, she's 61.
Say it again.
61.
Okay.
But still, it's amazing to find that out about Sandra Bullock, right?
Yeah.
Who was thinking about Sandra Bullock back then, right? I'm still happy with, even though it was later and that track's a little bit less amazing, but still pretty cool little trivia, right? Sandra Bullock was in a Bionic movie against Lee Majors and Lindsay Wagner. That's crazy. It's like, you know, when you envision timelines in your own, like Pat was doing in your own history, you don't put Sandra Bullock, Lee Majors, and Lindsay Wagner in the same group.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, she wasn't even on my radar until the mid 90s.
Right. Speed, right? Speed's where we got her first, right?
No. What's the
Mystic Pizza?
Oh yeah, Mystic Pizza.
Now that wasn't the one for me. She was barely in it. Like Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah, she wasn't in it much. That's why I wasn't thinking of that one for her either. Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about Mystic Pizza.
Oh,
there's one with Kiefer Sutherland is her husband, and Jeff Bridges is the bad guy. Oh man, it's such a great movie. I love it. I have to look him up. I'll look it up.
yeah, I don't recall that one. You got one? You got one? Oh, Karen's got something.
She's muted.
Karen, you're muted.
Was it The Vanishing?
The Vanishing, 1993.
Ah.
Jeff Bridges.
Well, when did Speed come out?
Speed. Hold up, wait. 1994.
Ah, okay. So it was right about the same time.
But
That's
yeah,
when she really put her
yeah.
name on the map. Yeah.
But The Vanishing, she was in it for, I mean, spoiler alert, it's been out for a long time, folks. It's like, I think she was in it for like 10 minutes or something.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
It's kind of like Drew Barrymore in Scream. You just ruined that for all the young'uns.
Yeah. I guess the craziest part about all this, aside from obviously what I already said with attaching those actors and actresses together, the other surprising part is that there was a Bionic movie in 1989.
Yeah, right.
I thought all of the Bionic things went the way of the dodo. I may have not been surprised by early 80s, but still being there around in the late 80s is crazy.
Yeah, beyond 84. It's like, really? No, I don't.
Yeah. So, all right, enough of the old school trivia.
Wait, so did you? Oh, that was trivia. That you didn't watch it?
No. Like I said, I can't remember in my search of movies and stuff this week why it came up, but it popped up and I was like, what? That can't be. I had the same exact reaction you guys did by myself, you know? So, all right. So what I got first up here. So let's talk some modern stuff. I watched The Legend of Ochi. Have you guys? Are you guys familiar with this at all?
No.
Mike?
No.
So I don't know whether my like Minecraft set me off on maybe hey, here's a bunch of other kids' movies you may like. But I found The Legend of Ochi, which is more of a kids' movie. But I'm definitely going to say it's not as much of a kids' movie as Minecraft. This came out August 2025. You can watch this streaming free on HBO Max right now. This has a young lady that's the main star. I really don't like this poster too much, but the other ones I liked less. I like this perspective of her. We're looking at her back. This is Helena Zengel. But you can see across the top of this, it's got Willem Dafoe, Emily Watson, and Finn, what's that, Wolfband or Wolfhand?
Whatever.
Wolfhard, yeah, okay. Which he's from Stranger Things,
Mhm.
and Ghostbusters, of course, and Emily Watson's the lead from Dune Prophecy, and she's been in other things. I can never remember all the things. She's like a kind of a cameo actress and everything, it seems, except from Dune, in my opinion, or from my recollection, I should say. But anyway, this movie is unique in the way it swims around in like an E.T., Goonies. I'm gonna mash this up by describing it with E.T., Goonies, and Napoleon Dynamite. Okay.
It sounds like a perfect movie the way you just described it.
An Ochi is a little like monkey type. You can see also the back of that little creature, and this is a modern movie as far as when the movie takes place, and she's on an adventure trying to get the Ochi back to its original home. This is okay, even for a kids movie, in my opinion. Like you know how I describe Minecraft as something I can appreciate that a kid would love this. I wasn't feeling that so much with Legend of Ochi. I just think it's like way too slow, and it hits very little heartstrings, in my opinion. It just didn't do it, and I don't think it would do it for kids either. It isn't bad. It's just not really good. So put this in the popcorn blender, and I got 5.75 bags of popcorn.
If you're putting popcorn in your blender, Kevin, you're doing it wrong.
That's true. Yeah, my popcorn maker. Sorry.
There you go.
So yeah, that swims right around in between fine and just above mid. You know, so take that for what it is. If you're mood for something that's fairly cute for kids, Legend of Ochi on HBO Max. And then next I watched something that was more my speed. War Machine.
Oh man, I was going to ask you if this was on your list.
Yeah, absolutely. Alan Rich. What's his name again?
Reacher.
Yeah, Alan Richson. Yeah. This is Reacher, of course. And this just dropped. This is a Netflix original. This, you can see it on the poster there. It just dropped on March 6th. Is this on your radar, Pat?
No, I've seen it advertised, but not really any interest.
Gotcha. When you saw this, though, you went, Kevin's totally going to be all over that, right? So anyway, this also stars Dennis Quaid and Jay Courtney, which I'm not too familiar with. This is a pretty simple action sci-fi movie, but it tries really hard to kind of put some more deep meaning into it. Basically, you got Reacher. There's a short story kind of at the beginning before the movie about the War Machine actually starts, about him and his brother having this dream to become Rangers together, and then his brother's killed. So then he's on a mission just to become a Ranger. That's kind of what's happening in this whole movie. And then in the middle of the final, an Army Ranger, not a park ranger, Pat. And then while they're in the middle of the Army Ranger boot camp, this War Machine shows up, which is alien in nature. As far as that's what you're supposed to assume. No spoiler alerts. That's as deep as I'll get into that. But then this War Machine, and this War Machine does not resemble, dadgummit, what's his name? I was going to say good joke, but I totally blanked on his name. Avenger, come on.
Rhodey.
Avenger. Huh? Yeah, Brody.
Rhodey.
Yeah. What's his name?
James Rhodes.
Huh?
James Rhodes, War Machine.
Don Cheadle.
Yeah, Don Cheadle. Yeah, that was the joke that I totally just butchered to death. I'm still butchering it. I was gonna say this War Machine does not resemble Don Cheadle in any way. But anyway, So I put this in the popcorn maker and came out with 6.25 plus bags of popcorn. So this is a little better than the Legend of Ochi, and it's a fine action movie. There's just really nothing to it, and I think honestly, in my opinion, how they tried to make it deeper kind of failed and maybe took away from the action-y part of it, in my opinion. Like trying to make it more serious and deep kind of took away from maybe more action potential. I don't know. But like I said, it wasn't bad. Just nothing special. You need to just kind of be in the mood for kind of senseless action and kind of goofiness of modern action sci-fi movies, that kind of thing. So but like I said, you can check this out on Netflix, of course, and 6.25 bags. I thought it was funny how my calculations kept coming up with 0.25 this week. I don't think I've ever given anything a 0.25 before, have I, Mike?
I don't think so. But
I've got 2 in the books.
Yeah. You've got a refined formula now, though. So
right, that's true. Yeah, so that I guess that's a good thing. All right, and then lastly, and this is going to be kind of cool because I watched Chris Pratt's new movie, Mercy, which this drops for free on Amazon Prime tomorrow. Mm-hmm. I was so excited to watch this that I actually had to pay. I had to rent.
Wow. I hope it was worth it.
Okay, so you can rent this all over the place. It's free tomorrow on Prime, but as of right now, you can rent it on, I think, Fandango, Vudu, and Hulu, and just all kinds of stuff. But this actually just dropped in theaters, so I think you can see it on the poster. Just dropped in theaters January of this year. It's crazy. I guess, actually, have you guys noticed, too, you can actually watch things that are you can actually pay to buy things that are in the theater currently on streaming. I mean, the gap between streaming and theaters is just non-existent now, right, Pat?
Yeah, it depends on the studio, I guess, and what kind of movie it is. But yeah, you never know these days.
Yeah. So yeah, this came out in January. This dropped for renting or buying digitally in February. And then, like I said, it starts streaming free tomorrow. So yeah, it's you can check this out on Prime tomorrow for free, unless you can't wait, and then you got to rent it. Mike, if you want to watch it, you can go on the Vudu right now. You got 48 hours. Mm-hmm. But anyway, this is really interesting. This has, of course, Chris Pratt. Like I said, this got Rebecca Ferguson, and you see her in the back there. Obviously she's from Silo, and I forgot she's also in Dune. She's what's his name's mom. And then she's Mission Impossible love interest too. Looking up her kind of stats when I did this, I didn't realize she was in everything. It just put me in mind with Silo, but she's in so much. She's great. And this also has butchering names. Kaylee Pleiss. She was in True Detective season 3, the latest one, the dark one with Jodie Foster?
Jodie Foster, I think.
Yeah. That one I gave a horrible review. She's Jodie Foster's partner in that. She's in this. He's Chris Pratt. Sullivan, which he's one of those B character kind of guys that cameos and everything. I've seen a million things, but he's not a major guy that I can really come up with a movie you'd be familiar with him. But anyway, Mercy is about the future, ? Maybe now, about how about how courts are kind of AI. Like there's no judge and there's no jury, and the AI system is just in charge of deciding if you're guilty and executing you if you are guilty, like immediately after your court is over. So this entire movie takes place, and it's kind of second for second matching the way they did it too. He's got 90 minutes to prove to this AI that he's innocent. Mm-hmm. Like it's the opposite too, in regarding the AI too, because the AI is so perfect. you are guilty unless you can prove yourself innocent. It's kind of the opposite there too. So scary stuff as far as if this would become kind of real. But he's got 90 minutes to prove his innocence to this AI. I got scared. I'm just finishing my final thought. And
Sorry, that was me.
oh, and yeah, if you don't do it in the 90 minutes, it will kill you in the chair he's sitting in. So anyway, this was pretty great, pretty scary. Totally put me in mind of Minority Report for a lot of ways. So I definitely recommend checking this out. Put this in the popcorn machine and came out with 7.5 bags of popcorn. So like I said, you can check that out free starting tomorrow on Amazon Prime. But yeah, it's good stuff. Were you guys familiar with this at all?
Nope.
Vaguely remember seeing something about it. I think when it was being released initially, but
yeah, I think the trailer's awesome. You guys should check out the trailer to see if you might be more interested from what I'm saying too. It's great. I definitely enjoyed it. The only reason it didn't get higher than 7.5 is because I don't know how rewatchable it is because it's a murder mystery kind of movie, So
yeah,
but it was great. It was great. So. All right. Thanks, Karen. Karen, did you include all that bionic talk in my time? Okay, so then I did good because we wasted almost like 5 minutes.
No, I didn't mean to do the clapping. I meant to do the no.
Oh.
I gave you an extra 5 minutes.
Okay, thanks. Okay, sorry.
Because of the bionic talk.
Gotcha.
I meant to do the no.
I meant to do the no. All right. Oh, man. I got more trivia for you next week. I don't want to. There's a teaser for you for next week for me. I don't want to spoil it, but then I found out another amazing thing. But I decided I wanted to spread it out a little bit. Wait to check in next week for another thing that's going to be like what when I tell you.
Nice.
All right, Mike, you ready?
Yep.
All right, cool. Let's see how unprepared you are.
It's so funny that song that's playing, like the underlying, I don't know if it's like the bass. It sounds like that song that I sent to you last night.
Oh yeah, it does kind of. Yeah.
I was just hearing it there, and I'm hearing that song in my head a little bit. It's like, wow, that. Anyway. All right.
Have you ever seen those British comedians that do a video where they represent how every hit song is the same 4 chords? Have you seen that skit?
Oh, yeah. It's so funny.
Yeah.
And it sucks that it's so true. It's like,
right.
Right. All right.
All right.
All right. We're going to start with Mad About DC. I love that.
Oh, man. I love this combination. Okay.
Yep. And since DC owns Mad Magazine now, this is kind of cool. So this is
I didn't even know that. Is that new?
No, I don't know how many years ago. I'm thinking like 5 or 6 years, but
probably more than it was because of the whole Warner DC merger. But now who knows who owns them now? So
okay, I didn't know that. Okay, that's cool.
Yep. I haven't bought Mad Magazine for a long time because it's like $9 or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But this is pretty cool. So we've got this is the A cover, Dan Panosian, which that's great. Usually he does the variants.
Is this comic book size or magazine size?
I think it's comic book size.
Okay.
And it's written Sergio Aragonés. I think he does he writes a lot in it. Then we've got Jim Zub, Charles Soule, Ryan Brown, Matt Fraction, Gail Simone, Scotty Young, Chip Zdarsky. I mean, there's all kinds of great talent on this book. This comes out April 1st. So this is the A cover. I'll I'm split. I don't know what cover I get, the A cover or the Bisley cover or the Zdarsky cover. I mean, these are all
Those
really
are all
cool,
pretty great. Yeah.
but I can only get one. I'll probably get the Chip Zdarsky just because Batman and Superman on there. It's pretty funny.
I don't know why, but that Chip Zdarsky one makes me feel like it might be magazine size. Right, Pat? Doesn't that look like a magazine instead of a comic? The way it's laid out?
I guess the way it's laid out, but the proportions look more comic book size.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's $7.99 for the A cover. These covers variants are $8.99.
So that'd be a cheap magazine if it was. So it's probably gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
And hey, I'm going to get this just so I can get it looks like they're going to reveal the Hush. So maybe we'll see the ending. The real ending comes out. All right. So that leads us into my my little tease there, Mad About Al, because we've got Weird Al Yankovic on Batman Superman World's Finest number 50.
What?
And also, we've got Normal Al on Bizarro Year None number 1.
What the heck is happening to the DC?
Dan Moore, these covers. I don't get this book. And then in looking at these, I started looking at other issues of World's Finest. It's like, man, I think I really missed out on this series because it looks fantastic. I think, Pat, you get it.
Yeah, I just still get it. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, if you don't get the book, at least get this one and the Year None, because I think these might be Weird Al's first comic book appearances, maybe, and Normal Al definitely first appearance.
Normal Al. Okay.
So next, what I'm not gonna do is show you this because I want you to save some money to buy some of the things coming up in Pat's segment. So what I wasn't gonna do was talk about the Thing Expanded that's coming out. It's a definitive documentary. Fantastic. I'm not going to talk about how expensive it is, being $49 for a digital, Blu-ray $100.
What?
T-shirt package $139. The associate producer $1,500, producer $3,000, executive producer $6,000.
Come on.
I'm not going to talk about that because you got to save some money to buy some action figures that Pat's going to be talking about. I'll talk about Ape number 1.
Come on.
Tommaso. This comes out in was that June 17th. So I wanted to give everybody some time to go ahead. If you're a fan of Mad Magazine, he worked on this book for 6 years. He did a bunch of other stuff. I forgot to look into see what he worked on. But this book is reminiscent of Mad Magazine, 1952, 1956 era. Wally Wood, Jack Davis, Harvey Kurtzman, that kind of stuff. So if you're a fan of that era of Mad, this is right up your alley. So I'm definitely going to be picking this one up myself. Oh, hold on.
What does that say? The penalty for aping a cartoonist's drawing style is death.
Hold on. I got an important call coming in. Yeah, what's up, Tom? All right. Yeah, I'll let them know. All right, cool. Thanks. Bye. All right. I just got word about this. So if you're a fan, sorry.
Nice.
You're a fan of Rear Window and Alfred Hitchcock, Ice Cream Man 45. I think there's been a big delay. Ice Cream Man 45 comes out. Final order cutoff is the 23rd. The release date is April 15th. So this whole thing is I don't want to say a spoof, but it's kind of like a Rear Window story. There you go. If you're a fan of Rear Window, which I am. So, and I like it's a voyeuristic Hitchcockian homage wherein we watch as a wheelchaired watchman watches the windows of a weary world of wahoos, wackos, and wannabes.
What the heck?
That's not a good sales pitch. I don't know
Yeah, that is awesome.
So there you go. So yeah, run out and get those books. Final order cutoff for this one.
Have either of you read any Ice Cream Man?
No.
No, it's an anthology type of book. I
Oh,
wish
really?
I had got it because it seems pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I'll be getting that one. But that's it. That's what I got.
Well, holy crapola, man.
I know you want to go back to this, don't you?
Yes, I do. Please. Thank you.
I was so excited when I saw this, and I was like, I'm in. I definitely I think the pre-order is where is it? I think digital is out in April. The Blu-ray will ship in May. March 24th is the cutoff for pre-order.
You know what's crazy, Mike? You're like a salesman for this, in my opinion, because if you'd have just showed the digital only, I'd have been like, holy man, that's $49. That's expensive. But since you went all the way through to the $6,000 package, that $49 package looks like it ain't nothing. That looks like it's, pocket change now, right, Pat?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Is this a Kickstarter or is this just order on demand? Or
Yeah, I didn't really understand because it's
Well,
not
it says digital copy, your name in the credit,
yeah.
a
Yeah, I think
certificate, and a digital soundtrack. What?
all of them you get your name and your credit.
Yeah. Man, I want that T-shirt though, and that one's 140 though, Pat. Oh man, are those posters too? Man, I think that $139 to get a T-shirt and a couple posters, that'd probably be the one I'd go for actually, because $139 still seems cheap compared to the thousands.
Yeah. The now these. So it's just a title, associate producer credit on IMDb.
What?
And in the movie credits.
yeah, all this seems very Kickstarter-y. This seems like things I've seen before.
Yeah,
that people do on Kickstarter,
but it has its own website. And there's no Kickstarter thing, so it's very reminiscent of Kickstarter format. But I've watched a couple of the little trailers for it, and it's just fascinating. I'm so disappointed that it's this expensive, because I love the movie. So many people love this movie.
Yeah,
and I want the physical thing at $50 for a digital. I mean,
yeah,
and a digital soundtrack. It's So, man.
Well, I guess this is proof positive, not that we were questioning it anyway, that no one pays attention to the credits anymore. Did you want to take this down, Mike? Because imagine what those credits are going to look like if this actually takes off, right?
It's either it'd be 10 minutes of credits or everything's going to be so small.
That's true.
Yeah, it's like I backed the Mystery Science Theater, the first Kickstarter. So I'm in the credits, but you better get up close to your TV and you better be quick or with that pause button or you'll never see your name because there's thousands upon thousands of people in the credits.
And they are all grouped up at one time too? So there's like 4 or 5 rows together.
Yes. Yeah.
Did you ever find yours?
I can't remember if I did or not.
Years ago, Coheed and Cambria was releasing one of their albums in a deluxe package, and if you pre-ordered this certain deluxe package, you got your name in the back of the book that came with it. And of course, I did that. So you open it up, and there's like 5 or 6 pages of names, and they're so tiny. It's so hard to see.
Yeah,
I found them in there.
It still could mean something. Yeah, I mean, it's still pretty cool. And I. For the younger generations as well, this is something they can't appreciate because, of course, the world is a very different place as far as attention spans and options are concerned. Back in the day, whenever our options are way limited, they forced us to watch the credits by putting them before the movie.
Oh, yeah.
And there was no skipping forward option. You just sat there and watched. whatever, 5 minutes of credits to make sure that people's names were visually seen prior to ever even getting into the movie. They forced that on you. It was pretty. They started to evolve a little bit where they started to do credits while there's something else happening for you to watch, but then they just moved all the credits to the end. But all the credits to the end is not old school.
I thought you were going to talk about when Nathan Johnson found out he was in the phone book back when we were kids.
What's that?
From The Jerk, when he found out he was in the phone book.
Oh, yeah. No, I totally wasn't thinking of that. Yeah.
Kids don't even know what a phone book is.
Yeah, you know how people our age too online will do those, check these if you've never done this or you've never done that or whatever. And one of them was, I think, one of our friends that is, you might have saw it too, Mike, that, yeah, have you ever used a phone book? That's a thing too. And it's not only you don't even use a phone book anymore. No one knows anybody's numbers.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, call Mike in my phone.
Yeah.
Although I do know yours, Mike, and I do know a few other people that had those before that was such a big thing. But for, again, younger people that have only lived that, remembering people's numbers would just be a stupid thought.
Why would I do that?
Can you remember your first phone number?
Yeah.
You remember yours, Pat?
Yep.
Wait, from when I was a kid or my first cell phone?
When you were a kid?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Well, I don't know if I should say from when you were a kid, from when you were a young adult. But basically what I'm saying is I remember the first phone number I ever had that had my name attached to it.
Oh, no, I don't remember that.
I remember that, yeah. Anyway, weird stuff. Okay, but Mike, that was great. I wouldn't call that unprepared at all. That was awesome, right, Pat?
It was.
Stand by.
Okay, maybe the unpreparedness is coming up. Here, let's go ahead and switch Mike to first and get into some comic books. All right, awesome, Mike. What you got?
Okay, so what I was going to do was read some more of this, and I was going to read one of these.
Nice. What was the first thing you showed? I didn't see that.
I was going to continue to read the Frankenstein.
Oh, okay.
Manga. Then I was going to read Batman Detective Comics 475, Tigress Island #1, and Bleeding Hearts #1. But all I did was put them in a stack. That's as far as I got. So sorry about that. I was not prepared.
That's okay. We can all relate to that.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm
really excited about that Bleeding Hearts, though. Can you read that during Pat's review and then review it?
Okay, a little this way. When I got this, I was going to review it. So I read the first couple pages. So I guess this is a bit of a review. And I struggled. With the dialogue and the writing. The art is beautiful, but I struggled finding interest in the writing. I was just like, okay, I can't get past this weird stuff.
Okay,
and I'm thinking maybe I just wasn't in the mood, so I put it down for a better day.
I like that thought, and this is what I want to add based on you mentioning that right now, because this is something I was thinking with thinking about regarding my movie reviews as well, and it's based on a conversation we had this weekend too, Mike. That and Pat, you'll probably be able to relate to this. I need to have some kind of calculation in my calculations involving condition of the viewer. Okay, and what I mean by that is, what do we got? We've talked about this a bunch of times. Were you tired? Were you alert? Did you watch this in the morning? Did you watch this in the evening? Did you watch it at home? Did you watch it? You know what I'm saying? There's so many things, I think, that factor into how you feel about something that are totally outside the scope of anything that a writer or, of course, artist or actor, whatever, any of these people have any control over whatsoever.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
It
feel
could
like
even
those
be,
things need to be involved in it, right? What were you
Yeah.
gonna say, Mike? Sorry.
it could be even who you're watching it with.
That's true too.
You know, if you watch something with the right person, it's great. You're watching with the wrong person, man.
Right.
Yeah.
And if
Yeah.
you've had a particularly bad day, you know, versus if you had the greatest day of your life just now, you know, all these things.
Yeah, a lot of variables in there.
Yeah. Is it winter time? Is it been cold and gloomy outside for 3 months? Or is it summertime and you've been in a good mood for 3 weeks? You know,
Yeah.
so
I know,
many.
good luck with that formula.
Thank you. You know, I won't give up, and there'll only be about 600 tweaks as I go through how I want it to work out.
Yep.
All right. So anyway.
Yeah. So
enough of
tune in soon. I'll have one of these done.
All right, cool. You agree with all that too, Pat, right?
Yep.
All right. What do you got to get or forget, Pat?
What do I got? Oh, excuse me. I glanced at Bleeding Hearts, but I figured, you know, Mike's gonna take care of that this week, so I didn't read that. I read some Hellboy stuff. I read The Crown, A Tale of Hell, #1 of 2 by Dark Horse. So this came out February 11th of this year. $4.99 cover price. This is by Mike Mignola, Todd Mignola, and Warwick Johnson Caldwell. Okay, so this is sort of like a Shakespearean family play by way of the Mignolas, which adds an extra layer to all this because Mike based two of the brothers on his own brothers, and now we have one of the brothers co-writing this miniseries with him. So
well, that's pretty cool. How do you feel about that in general? You like that? Well, I guess you're gonna get to it, but you know.
Which part of it? The him co-writing with his brother?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's kind of neat. It's kind of neat.
Yeah.
So basically here we have, this is the A cover is by Warwick Johnson Caldwell. I always say Caldwell, but it's actually Cadwell.
Oh yeah.
I always make that mistake in my head when I read it. So he did the A cover. He's the miniseries writer. He's done other stuff for Mike Mignola before. I got the B cover, the Mignola cover, which is I don't know. It's hit or miss with me sometimes. I always my general rule is if the interior artist has a cover, I usually get that. But the lore was too great here because I like the way Mike draws Hellboy's family members, his extended family members. So I picked up the cover. And what this is basically it's a flashback told by Hellboy by his uncle Astaroth. There's a lot of names here that will make no sense to the outsider, I guess, but it's an easy to follow if you just jump in. You don't have to worry about that, but it adds like an extra layer if you are deeply entrenched with the Hellboy lore. So it's a tale, you know, it's a flashback tale about a period of time in hell where Azazel, who is Hellboy's father, he wants to overthrow the rulers of hell, Satan, I guess. But he doesn't want to be the face of the revolution. He wants to be hiding in the shadows. So he wants to have one of his sons be the leader of this army that overthrows hell. And his two sons are Gamon and Lusk. And Gamon is sort of the muscle. Lusk is the brains. They also have another sister named Gamori, and she's just the crazy. So she's sort of ruled out as not being able to do this. So they have 3 children, and we never knew about their mother. And her name is Sadar. I think I really believe this is the first time she's ever been named or even shown. And probably the reason because of that is because Azazel, her husband, had her chained to a rock and thrown in a pit for 100 years.
Oh my God. Jeez.
You know, he's letting her out for good behavior, I guess. And he wants her input on this whole decision to who wants to be the leader of this army.
Who knew
And
there was such vivid misogyny in hell? Who knew?
and they throw in some humor in this book too. They usually do, but I don't know if maybe that's more the doing of Todd Mignola. But there was a good throwaway line, no pun intended, because of the poor Sadara being thrown in the pit. But um, she's like, hey, Azazel, I'm back, and she's like, how do I look? And he's like, not bad, for being in a pit for 100 years. But he then immediately says, why don't you go ahead and freshen up, and we'll see you in a few minutes. So it is that does have some humor in there. Yeah, so he basically wants to lead a charge to overthrow Satan. He wants one of his children to be the face of it. And basically what we're watching is sort of the in the shadows backstabbing between all the family members to see who can do this, because Gamon, he seems like the logical choice because he's a big tough guy who has the sympathy of a lot of the armies in hell, but he doesn't have the brains. And Lusk does have the brains, but he doesn't have the muscle. So where this is, to me, where this is all leading is, he's not going to choose any of these. That's where Hellboy comes into the picture, because none of his 3 existing children are fit to the task, and he has to sort of think outside the box later on. We'll see how number 2 goes and see if it actually gets to that point. But that's where I'm kind of seeing where this goes. So it's a get it for me. And I'd give it a recommendation for an outsider, because like I said, I don't think they'd be lost, because it's a sort of a self-contained story. You don't really have to know, but it's better if you do know. And it is a get it from me. So that's oh, I forgot all about this. I figured somebody somewhere out there probably made a family tree for Hellboy. And the only one I could find was on Dark Horse's Chinese website, which is really weird.
Wow. Yeah.
So, you can see Hellboy sort of in the middle. He's easy to spot, plus he has his logo below his name.
Yeah.
But those are his 3 siblings from hell, sort of veering off diagonally to the left there.
Yeah.
And his father is above him. His Hellboy's mother is Sarah Hughes. And there's his uncle Astaroth, who was telling the whole tale beside Azazel. So who's not shown here is, like I said, his previously I guess unheard of stepmother, I guess, Sadara from hell, from the pit, who is the mother of the 3 step brothers and sisters of Hellboy. So there's that. So I could have showed that in the beginning, but I forgot about it.
That's very cool, though. Yeah.
So yeah, that's it.
The Hellboy stuff always looks really interesting and good, but I never get it because it's kind of like, man, I haven't read anything, so I'm going to be jumping right in and just not enjoy it much. But it's good to know that these you can kind of jump in and read them and still enjoy it.
And getting back to the interesting layer about the co-writing of the brothers is, if Mike based the 2 brothers on his actual brothers, and one was the brainy one and one was the brutish one, you have to wonder if there's some, hidden resentment there. It's kind of funny the way the whole thing plays out, and with the storyline of the actual book as well. So
that's pretty smart.
Isn't Azazel a Marvel character too? Isn't that the guy that was?
Yeah, it's spelled differently, but it's sort of it's this Duke of Hell. It's sort of throughout many histories out there. He's some kind of underling from hell, So yeah, there's a Marvel character by the same name. I think who might be Nightcrawler's father, who might not be.
Yeah, he was in First Class, X-Men First Class, the movie, right?
Yeah, I think he was. Yeah.
It was pretty cool. Yeah, totally had Nightcrawler type powers. Except I actually read recently. I don't know why. This is just odd that this coincidental would come up now, because I guess he's more powerful than Nightcrawler because he doesn't need to see where he's teleporting. He can literally just teleport anywhere or whatever.
Okay, gotcha. Yep.
But since he's a spawn of hell, I guess he could accidentally form in something solid but still survive or something like that. I don't know. But that's awesome. Yeah, I totally second everything Mike said. It's nice to have something like that, you could jump into and just be able to enjoy without having all to worry about all the stuff you haven't read. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I always kind of mention that for people out there that aren't really, deep into the Hellboy mythos. Here's a story that you don't have to know everything, but it's nice if you do.
Gotcha. All right, cool. Hey, I've got a siblings comic today as well, actually. I read Magic and Colossus. I think this came out in January of this year. Did you say that Hellboy came out in January too, or February?
February, yeah.
But yeah, Magic and Colossus are obviously brother and sister, Yep. I picked this cover specifically for Karen. Karen, I got some Scotty Young action. Yeah. It's pretty funny. And I grabbed this, because it's Colossus. I've always said Colossus is my second favorite X-Man, and Tyler's been super obsessed with Magic. I can't exactly remember. Probably one of those great covers they made of her that just kind of put her on his radar, and he hasn't let up ever since. And then you add Rivals into it. She's a great character in Rivals. That's really kind of jump-started her fame, I think. I think she's probably bigger than ever right now, and I'm gonna assume, just totally on my own, from my own perspective, that's really rival based. But anyway, and this is a one shot, I believe. Although it's a little confusing. Well, let me restate that. I thought this was a one shot prior to this coming out, and then I ended up wrong because on the back it talks about incoming issues. So apparently, do you know about this, Mike? Is this going to be Mike left? Do you know about this, Pat? Is this going to be a running series?
I'm not sure. It's not on my radar.
Okay. So anyway, as you can imagine, this follows a little adventure where siblings kind of get together. Mike, did you hear my question about is this going to be an ongoing?
I did hear. I'm going to look it up because I have no idea either.
This story is kind of the opposite of what Pat was saying. As far as I feel like to enjoy this, you need some history, need some X-Men history, because this really feeds into the fall of Krakoa, and I guess some regrettable things that Colossus had to do to save some people in that whole happening, which unfortunately I didn't read any of that. Did you read all that, Pat? Or
I read some of it, bits and pieces here and there. It seems like that's a sort of an ongoing thing where people did some things they shouldn't have done during this whole regime of Krakoa. So yeah.
Yeah. So are you familiar with anything Colossus did?
No, I don't remember anything.
Gotcha. Yeah, he's gotten kind of brutal, which, Colossus in my mind is always like the good guy, nice guy, which,
Right.
You kind of think about that with all X-Men. They're good guys, whatever. But, yeah, Colossus did some things that basically through, I'd say 75% of this comic is kind of flashbacky nightmares he's having about this while he's fighting a Lady Midday, which I'd never heard of her before. You guys familiar with Lady Midday?
No, I think this is her first appearance.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, she's trying to kill Colossus, and Magic joins in because it seems like she's aware of the pain that Colossus is experiencing from his regrettable actions with Krakoa. So she's kind of being a protective sister, and they're both fighting this Lady Midday that's trying to kill Colossus. And I guess she's trying to kill Colossus. She was sent by the Immortal, again, attached to Krakoa for reasons that are attached to the fall of Krakoa as well. So this is kind of, like I said, I feel like unless you're aware of the events of the fall of Krakoa, that it's really not much of a get it for me, even though I'm a Colossus fan. This isn't much of a standalone, in my opinion. And then the end just kind of continues into that after what happens, how things come to a conclusion with Lady Midday. Then now they're after the Immortal. So I'm going to, unless you know that you want to continue to get this, which I don't know that, I would actually give this a forget it. But especially if you're aware and you're up to date with everything with the fall of Krakoa and you're interested in getting this ongoing, I honestly, I would say it would be a must-have at that point. But just standalone on its own, it's kind of a forget it for me. Although it wasn't bad, and the art wasn't exactly stellar as well. I failed to get any panels, but if I showed you a couple panels of this, you'd be like, yeah. But the writer of this is Ashley Allen, and the artist is Jermaine Peralta. But the interiors were kind of lacking, in my opinion, on that too, as well. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to give this one a forget it. But for cover lovers, especially Scotty Young cover lovers, namely Karen, this will be available for my next Whatnot show if you mention your favorite part of this episode of Comics and Collectibles in the Crawl Space. I'll include this free with any purchase you make. So there's that.
Yeah, it's a 5-issue series.
Oh, it's going to be a 5-issue series? Okay.
Yeah, which is strange. What happened to 6? What happened to 6? Unless number 1 was double size. David Nakayama's doing the A covers for all of these, and they look great.
Yeah, the A covers look great. Yeah, I saw that.
So, yeah, that's I'm looking to see if it's 32 pages for number 1. So, yeah, 5-issue trade paperbacks now. Great. By the same $18. Yeah. What's that? Shrinkflation?
Yeah.
Man, it's so weird we talk about these things again, just coincidentally coming up. I just had a whole shrinkflation conversation with someone this weekend.
Isn't that weird?
It is weird because I talk about shrinkflations with chips. You know how when they raise the price a couple cents or 10 cents or whatever, they'll also reduce the content.
Yeah.
So you get a double whammy with I think that's with Doritos and stuff. You can buy a 1-ounce bag for $1.99. It's what? You know, 3 chips in there.
Yeah, an ounce. That's not very many chips.
Yeah, right. It's crazy. But they still got to pretend we still have these cheap products for you,
Yeah. Well, we usually get mint Oreo cookies, but they didn't have any. So I got Reese's peanut butter Oreo cookies. Yeah. They weren't in long ways. They were in sideways. So it's are they giving me fewer cookies?
That is interesting. I don't know whether
Yeah.
that is probably a way that you would think it would be the same amount of cookies because it's taking up the same space. But if they do it a different direction,
Right.
they can cut one out on you and you wouldn't notice it.
It's I'm getting 1 or 2 cookies fewer for the same price.
These guys.
Hey, those Marvel ones.
All right, we couldn't hear you because of the laughter that time it happened again, Mike. What'd you say?
The Doom Oreos, are they a flavor or is it just the funny color?
Okay, yeah, again, here we go talking about something that came up that I saw this whole podcast where they had a discussion because these 2 guys were arguing about whether there are different flavor Fruit Loops. Do you guys see this?
I didn't see that, but I've heard that argument before.
Yeah, so they did a test on this podcast about him being able to guess what colors they were because one guy was like, "They're all the same flavor."
I'm in that camp.
Yeah, you're in the camp. They're all the same flavor.
Yeah.
What camp are you in, Pat?
Boy, I don't know. Different flavor camp.
Okay, I was undecided, so we're all three perfect here. So during this episode, though, he totally. Good morning, Mom. Good
Hello.
morning. Glad to see you here. Mom's always like, "Hello from Ohio, Mom." But anyway, it's hilarious. I won't spoil it for you. I wish I knew the name of it. Max, you should watch the show, and because he'd be able to comment, because Max turned me on to these kooky kids that do this funny show. But they're like in their 20s kids, you know. But yeah, they do a whole episode to prove whether or not that's the case. So I don't know the answer to your question, Mike, but I will say this, because I did 100% note that the Star Wars ones especially were exceptional. But the one thing that I do remember that's different about the Star Wars Oreos was they did have little crunchy flakes in the cream. So it may have been the crunchy flake that made them taste a little bit different.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the Doom Marvel ones, which I also did purchase, that's what we need to do. We need to have a show where we buy the little packs, the 3 series of the Marvel ones, and a Marvel Doom pack, and just taste test to see if we can tell the difference. Yeah.
All right.
So if you want to know the answer, I'm sure everybody knows what this tastes like, but the Doom Oreos are masked decadence flavored.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
Holy ambiguous.
Color changing.
Oh, color changing how? Like when you dip them in milk? When they get cold? Like your coffee cup?
I actually had them in my hand because they were on sale at Target this week. But
you didn't pull the trigger?
No, because they were cheap. They were $3.23, and I was like, "Damn, I should have bought those," but I didn't.
Yeah. Well, I had them and I ate them. I can't remember what they color changed, but I didn't dip them. I didn't dip them in milk. I just
All right, hang it. I'm getting some today.
Did they taste like masked decadence?
I'm getting.
I guess.
I didn't notice the decadence.
I can admit, though, that's not the first thought that came into my head when I bit into it, though. This tastes like masked decadence. That is funny, man. That is hilarious. All right, Pat.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yes.
For to continue the theme of showing us how unprepared you are, I guess. And I don't know.
I think Pat's fully prepared. He was just trying to make me feel good, and he was giving me a beer. Thanks.
Yeah. Right. All right, awesome. Hey, Karen, did I see you change the scroll at the bottom to just the generic welcome rather than the segment because we were going off on a tangent? Is that what you did? Karen, you're on it. That's the kind of thing that would never happen if you weren't here, for sure. That was awesome, Karen. All right, Pat, sorry.
All right. So a while back, I mentioned McFarlane putting out a bunch of new products. So I finally had some better picks and things actually went up for pre-order this week. So I figured I'd show them. And let's start out with this, because we're probably not going to get much more of this with Todd losing the license. So you remember those little replica cowls, Batman cowls?
Yes. Yep.
Speaking of masked decadence, we have some Jokerized ones. How about this? We have.
Oh my God!
He just can't get it out of his system.
He better. Batman Nightfall and Hush Jokerized Cow 2-pack, and this will run you $30 for the pair. There they are out of the box, up close there. And yeah, go ahead.
I can just hear, he's got that very distinct voice. I can just hear him say, "Okay, what if?" Fill in the blank, man.
If I could afford, if I win the lottery I'm playing the lottery every week now. So if I win the lottery, I'm going to stand in place in a store when I see one of these on the shelf and just wait to see if anybody comes and buys one of these. Please, just if you're watching this, please, and you like this, we want to hear from you. We got it. We've got to. These have to sell, right, Mike? That's the only reason he continues to do them, right?
Or nobody will say no to him. He's like a yes man. Everyone's like, yeah, Todd, that's a great idea.
But he does seem to be a pretty savvy, smart businessman. I mean,
Yeah.
he hasn't gotten as far as he is now without being savvy. So I don't, man. These, oh man.
Maybe this will help the undecided out there.
He's a smart guy. There you go.
Hey, those are better. I like those. Right? Those look cool.
All right. We'll move on to some more traditional stuff. These are DC Collector's Edition, $35 each. These all went up for pre-order this week, and it seems like a lot of them are already sold out. And each one of these, there's 6 of them in this wave, and each one of them has a platinum, which is like the Chase variant. So first up, we have Black Canary. There's her regular. I'll just do regular, then I'll do variant second. Hopefully, I have them in order.
Looks good. Looks good.
A lot of the weird thing about this is it seems like whoever did the face sculpts for this wave seem to be basing them on something, because they're very odd in some cases. I had my opinions on this face, but can't really tell from that. There's her platinum. Here's from Captain Marvel, Freddie Freeman, his regular and his platinum. And this seemed to be the hottest one of the wave. That's the Joker, who's based on the '89 comic book version of the Joker, because they can't get Jack Nicholson's likeness rights.
Okay.
So there's the regular. There's the platinum for him. Lobo.
Oh man, that looks cool.
There's his platinum. And finally, no, there's 2 more. Supergirl and her platinum. And finally, wrapping up with Vigilante, the cowboy version. And there's his platinum. So every single one of them has a variant out there if you want to collect them all. So good luck with that.
Yeah.
We also found out, going up for pre-order on Monday, he's going to be in the collector's edition line, which hopefully means he's only going to be 35 like the DC figures, and that's Hellboy. We got some more shots of him, and they changed gears. Either they heard the outcries of the fans, because this version wasn't supposed to come with the trench coat. Now he does, apparently. So we'll see. There's that shot, and there's that shot. And then Todd also did a live stream with Walmart because of the Collector Con. And we have a picture of Todd fondling the box, so we get to see what the box looks like.
Did you watch that, Pat, by chance?
I fast forwarded to get the screenshot for the Hellboy figure.
Do you know what Walmart he was? Well, he was at a Walmart, or did that happen yet? He's actually live streaming from a Walmart. That's obviously not it, because he's at his house or something. But
yeah,
did you see he's actually going to be live streaming from a Walmart?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, I don't know if it already happened or not, but I saw that in one of his promotional reels or whatever, But,
okay. But again, Hellboy goes up for pre-order Monday morning, the 23rd. So
looks good, right?
Yeah, it looks pretty good. It looks nice with the background behind it. From this view here, his coat looks pretty chintzy, but
yeah, that looks plastic or paper.
Yeah.
No, I actually thought it looked like cloth with the way it's kind of wavy.
It is cloth. Todd unboxed it and called it his cape. So
okay.
Because he even comes with his cape or his I forget what else he said. His jacket, maybe. I don't know what he said. But yeah, he was proud of it.
Are you getting it?
Yeah, I'll get it probably. I don't know if the way things are going with these pre-orders lately, it seems like all his stuff is selling out at the pre-order level. So I don't know if I should embrace that and try to get a pre-order in, or just wait for him to come hit store shelves. I don't know. He's supposed to be everywhere, that usually carries Mignola stuff, or Todd's stuff. So it should be at like Walmart, but who knows?
Should be, but man, I'd be afraid, especially if you're a collector of Hellboy things.
Yeah.
How many? I mean, what's the price difference? Would you save a few dollars on shipping if you?
Yeah, I guess again, it depends on where you pre-order it from. If you have to order it from McFarlane directly or Walmart, I know McFarlane's Toy Shop has higher shipping costs, but you might be able to get it through like a Walmart and get free shipping, or Target and get free shipping, or Amazon. So if I can do that, I'll probably at least put a pre-order in.
Yeah, I have a pre-order in for this. I'm going to Jokerize it when I get it.
You would.
Kidding, Todd. Todd's a genius. I'm kidding.
Next up, this is kind of a weird thing. It caught me kind of off guard and surprised me a little bit, and that's Fresh Monkey Fiction is releasing some World of Madman figures, and these are basically the Amazing Heroes styled figures that have previously been available and have also been available through Kickstarter. But they're going to have these at WonderCon, which is March 27th through the 29th at Big Bad Workshop's table booth, or whatever you want to say. These are $25 each, which is in line with how they've been throughout their existence, and they only have 100 of each of these. And then for some reason, I didn't know. I was like, are these going to be in bags and boxes and cards? And then I found some random picture out there on somebody's website that shows the carded version. So there they are, carded, and I really like them carded. But I already have most of these in some form or another, so it's like I'm double dipping just to get it on card if I want to get down this road and pick them up.
What's up with them being carded and in the baggies?
Say that again, Kevin. Sorry.
What's up with them being carded and in the baggies in this picture?
I have no idea what the two maskless baggied ones are there. Maybe they don't have those on card, but they're going to have them available.
Yeah.
I don't have I think they call it the containment suit, the black one. I don't have that one, and I don't have the one next to the baggy ones with the black shoulders, but I have the rest of them already through the Kickstarters, or when they just used to sell Amazing Heroes. So I don't know. And they're sort of the Amazing Heroes line was sort of a homage to Secret Wars figures, so they're limited articulation. But I don't know. I don't know what I'll do with these. I might try to. They said they're going to be at the WonderCon, but if there's any left over, they'll be on Fresh Monkey Fiction's website. So,
all right.
And lastly, from a company I had no idea existed, it's called Wandering Planet Toys. They're doing a Kickstarter for Kolchak the Night Stalker figures. So the weird thing about this is,
love that guy.
They're based on the novels by Jeff Rice. So they got permission or license it from his estate, and also Monstrous Media, I guess, does comics and other things. They have the license to do that, but the thing that they don't come out and say, but I think is sort of obvious, maybe not sort of obvious from these pictures, is they don't have Darren McGavin's likeness.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, that doesn't look like him. Yeah, right.
Yeah. It's weird because you'll see coming up. So this is like the base figure. They come boxed. This is just a render. You can tell it's sort of faked in. They're gonna come boxed like this. The single Night Stalker Carl Kolchak figure is $38. They're 6-inch 1/12 scale figures, like think Marvel Legends, Star Wars Black. There's a blood spattered version. Oh, there he is. There you can see all he comes with. It comes with an alternate head and some accessories. Then there's a blood spattered 2-pack with Kolchak and Janos Skorzenzi, who's a vampire from the original movie. Okay, it looks like he's pretty close to. It's weird here because the figure looks more like Darren McGavin. The Kolchak figure looks more like Darren McGavin in some of the renders. I don't know what's going on. There you can start. There's the breakdown with the blood spatter. There's the individual shot of Janos, the vampire. The 2-pack is going to run you $72. But then they also have a carded version of the 2-pack on blacklight cards for the same price. See, now that looks like Darren McGavin.
That does look like him, yeah.
So I don't know what's going on with the rights.
I'd probably get those. Those cards are great.
Yeah.
They're pretty neat. Those will be big cards too, because they're 6-inch figures, and it's kind of deceiving the digital shot they show you here. But I think what's this? Wow, that's you can get a 3-pack of all of them, the boxed versions of all of them for $95. The Kickstarter also has a lunchbox, so I figured I'd just show that too.
It's so cool.
You know you gotta have the big answer here. There's a big question about this lunchbox, Pat.
It's come with a thermos. Sorry.
Does it come with a thermos?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't go too deep. I almost wasn't even going to show the lunchbox pick. That was a last minute decision, so I can check into that for you.
Well, that's obviously him and the lunchbox.
Yeah, that's the thing. But they never come out and really say, So I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I talk about things. We talked about the first movie you remember seeing. This is one of the earliest things on TV I remember seeing because I watched it with my mom. I might have talked about this on the show before, but she was sort of like that sci-fi sort of mystery type person in my family that kind of, led me down that path. And I remember staying up late to watch The Night Stalker with her. So, yeah. So I have a little bit of fondness for him.
Holy flood of nostalgia. Right? I just envisioned like many, many nights of my life just now as you're showing this. This is great, man. I wish nostalgia was cheap though.
What a great line. No kidding.
Put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah. Mike, add that to the t-shirt log.
Yeah, I'm making a note right now.
Oh man, that's great though. Oh, Pat, seriously, daggum, I want these.
Yeah, so I don't know how much time I have left. If you can enlarge me, Kevin, just to go back to the Madman real quick. I guess I have to take that down.
Oh, wrong one. Sorry.
That's good. You can keep it that way if you want to, real quick.
Oh, okay.
So there's the first. There's the Amazing Heroes Madman.
Okay.
And of course, then they did the Kickstarter, and I got the boxed figures. That's how they came in the box. There's like the mask with the gray. They're kind of hard to see. There's Mad Woman. So these are like the same figures, but now they're gonna put them on cards.
Are those unopened ever?
I've opened them. I think they're in baggies, that resealable baggies.
Oh, okay.
And there's that girl, and that's one of the cool things about the Amazing Heroes is because they're on plastic clamshells, but you can actually take them off and put them back on.
I love those. Yeah, those are the best.
That's the best way to do it. And then they also had a Kickstarter for this version of Madman, who came with a yo-yo. So that's like one of the first versions. He has a mask. And then sadly, it reminds me of
with a yo-yo too. Daggum. Yeah.
It reminds me of the canceled Long Box Heroes because he got 3 figures in that first wave. And these are actually, they're better than the Amazing Heroes type figure because they have more articulation. They have knee.
Yeah.
The sculpts are better, I think. These are really cool. Unfortunately, these aren't on resealable clamshells. So I love them on cards so much. I don't want to take them off.
Right.
Because the artwork's so cool. Because there was 3 Madman figures in that wave. There's that one. And then there's that one. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. So I'd like to at least maybe get the 2 that I don't have in figure form. But we'll see if there's any left over when WonderCon wraps up. But that's it for my horizon, I guess.
Great work, Pat. It's awesome.
Do you think that lunchbox is like $25?
I don't know. I'll tell you real quick once we.
Once again, coincidental. This week, I actually put a Space 1999 and a Star Wars lunchbox into my eBay carts. Just randomly surfing eBay, and then I came across those, and I'm like, you know what? I need to replace, because I had Star Wars as a kid.
I had $6 Million Man.
Oh, you had $6 million. I think
Bring
you
it all the way back to your $6 Million Man Bionic Woman.
Oh yeah, here we go. Exactly. That's how these shows work out. But you know what's so crazy to me?
What's that?
The number one question, I don't think I'm alone here. And obviously you kind of proved my point, Mike, when I just asked a random question out of nowhere, is how important the thermos is, right? In these lunchboxes, right? But when they come out with new lunchboxes of that style and ilk, they don't have thermoses in them now. It's like, get with the program. You don't know that the thermos is the necessary, almost necessary cherry on top. Because I wouldn't even consider paying, especially since if you're buying an old lunchbox that's in any kind of decent condition, you're paying a pretty penny. I would not even consider buying one of those without the thermos, knowing that they existed then,
And the new ones, if it doesn't come with a thermos, then it's just a metal box.
Exactly.
It's not a lunchbox.
Right. You add the thermos. That's what makes it. Exactly, Mike. That was very well put. Yeah.
A lot of times they're smaller too. They're not old style size lunchbox. So the Kolchak lunchbox is $32. I can't get any dimensions on it, and it also appears there's no thermos. So
that's kind of steep without a thermos and being new. That's steep.
Yep. Down at Exceller, I've got I have a Bigfoot lunchbox.
Yeah.
I can't remember if that had or not. That was a gift, so I'm gonna look. I'll let y'all know next week.
Okay. Well, that's perfect for you too, because Bigfoot and $6 Million Man fought in the movie as well.
Yep.
But yeah, those are great. I no lie, if I had one that was in good shape and had a nice thermos, I'd totally be carrying that to work. Absolutely. All right, man. You both. I'm so glad you both were just fibbers in your teasers. You were both awesomely prepared. Great job. Great job. I was just, and the way I look at it, you guys were awesomely prepared as usual. I was just finally prepared today. Good stuff.
Yep.
All right. Well, all good things must come to an end. Mike, do you have anything else you'd like to add?
Nope. See y'all next week.
Lots of good stuff. Pat.
I don't think so.
All right. We could definitely sit here and think about it and make up stuff to talk about all day, but we're not going to do that. We'll save it for next show. So until then, thanks for checking us out. Please like and share all that good stuff. And until next time, don't forget, of course, appreciating great art is a lot of fun. Wait, no, that's not right.
Don't you have this written down somewhere?
I do. And I've only said it a million times. Great art is awesome. But appreciating a great story is also a lot of fun. So why not pick up a comic book and do both? Accelerate.